Good morning, everyone, wherever you are in the world. I'm not your financial advisor. Seek your own financial advisor in your area. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate everyone to take their day, their night out to watch this video. All right. I'm not looking for, what you want to call it. Um, I'm just here just trying to help. I'm a nice person, and they say nice guys finish last, but not all the time. And I'm just trying to share the knowledge I have. We could start a community. I'm gonna try to see if I could put a chat room somehow or something and start a community. This is not just about trading and investing. I have encouragement center. You could come every day. Yeah, we have a new one every day. I make one. Make sure it's a new one. All right, believe you can, and you're halfway there. All right, I have wisdom and stoic wisdom, world proverbs, and the Bible. All right, I have any language, lifeline if you need help. You know, all right, and I have my calculator. We briefly went over that, and how to pay stretch to help you if you stretch your dollar. And these times inflation is high, gas price what is still high, right? It came down a little bit, you know um and have my learning center. After the learning center you go to fun zone and you can play. I try to make a beat as horrible. I gotta try and better. I'm gonna improve it, turn up the music, right? And you could go through and play the game. I have to give respect to one of my um, he wasn't really my gym teacher, but he had a little club way before when he did the coding, right? And um, we had a little class we used to do after program, and we made a video game um, so similar to this, and I made the ship, and he programmed it and whatnot. But anyhow, I gotta give him a call. We always think about a professor or something. You know, my college professor, he retired. He's cool, man. All right. Computer networking. But anyhow, yeah, my other professor too. Really is cool. Also, I took IT Essentials with him. You know, so my two favorite. But anyway, enough of that. Um, but yes, I'm gonna try to reach out to my high school gym. It's not my teacher, but he teaches gym. He probably retired too. Um, so I have the learning center. One of my buddies was asking, he want to learn, and it's a lot of stuff, and you got to go through the basics. And I was inspired by people like him, and I created a learning center. And I have, you could just click and cut through. Index you wanna, is long. You could go back to the top of the page. I have an arrow on every page to go right back to the top. You know, I have slangs. I have the coins, white cuff, because that is the map to me. You just gotta understand where you are in the map, and you can find out. And I'm gonna update it. Right, trading terms, candle patterns, chart patterns, advanced, all of that. All right, so we have divergences and all of that stuff. Versal, so the basics. All right, Alright, so let's go to see what's going on today. It is 8:35. Let me double check. Yep, 8:35 Eastern Standard, New York time. Alright, let's go see what's going on with SpaceX. Alright, I have my two indicators on right now. Alright, and this is the 1 minute. So remember it went down. Well, this is 7:30 a.m. Alright, hold on. Let's check the 15. So my indicator shows went down and then down and now it's up. Alright, so let's see if I could 30 minutes. So we have about 30 minutes of data so far. Let's see if I want in 1 hour what happens. Alright, so we have 30 minutes of data, and let's start mapping out the current resistance. Just gonna put at the top of this peak. We go to candles too. That's Akanashi, regular candles. You know, some people have the wicks, and the wicks does matter. So it means it went here and then it closed in the body, open and close at the body. Alright, it's easier for me with the lines, but candles are powerful. I rather use Akanashi candles. They're much easier. I have go to the learning center. Let's go hit the arrow, go back to the top. Alright, let's see if we can find it quick. Go to candles, candle patterns. I'm gonna probably make a slot where you could even type in maybe, and but it is here, you know, it's here somewhere. I made this you know, I don't spend time on it because I already know it, but let's see if we'll find it. What is here somewhere? I keep building and building and building and building on top of it to make it even more better and more organized. I always update just like your phone, right? But anyway, all the terms is here, and the Akanashi candle is just makes it easier to go when you're like in a trend, and it's just easier for me. I don't, you know, the candle stuff is anyway. So I'll go on the highest time frame, daily or the weekly, and draw out. So that's the resistance for now, and then look at the support, and look how it's, you know, some people want to say random, but look how close this is. Alright, so what is the goal? Control Z is gonna wanna, the goal for a bull, we want the price to go higher and break this resistance. So you could call it the ceiling and you have the floor. You want to go to the, I don't know, 5th floor, you gotta get through the ceiling. And what could happen? It could, you know, what is expected to happen since we have this kind of double top. See this? So what happened? Let's look at the story. Started out at this price, or what this chart is saying it started out, right? We hit about 173, came down, and let's try again the second time, and then it goes high and lose momentum. So the energy wasn't there. The buying, I guess people wasn't buying enough. It wasn't there. Couldn't break through that high that was there, and that's like a double top. And I have that in my learning center. All right. Um, the chart patterns. All right. So there you go, double top. Alright, it's never gonna be perfect. Everybody looking for this perfection. That's not gonna happen. But close enough and you understand, now you understand what's happening, you understand what you're seeing. And it's even weak because it went down, it didn't even go high, so it would have broke and made a new high, you know. Let's go to the candles. Candles shows a story, right? So price technically went to 174, and but it never stayed there, right? Let me try it again. See, the candles is kind of not so easy to see the like the what you want to call it, the lines. But I'm gonna show you a trick. It's not really a trick, but let's see if I could have an, I have so much of these stuff already, but anyway, let's go to EMA indicators. You could type SMA or EMA, whatever. SMA is easier. Simple moving average, and get one that you could program. If we go to the 1 minute for now, and it's 8:40 something right now. Let's go. Let's see if I could program this SMA. Let's go over here and find it. I clicked it twice, so I'm unclick. Alright, and if you could put it to, let's see, 1, it'll get close, not perfect, but now you kind of have a line. Going to 30 minutes, now you kind of have a line. If you're using candles, it's just easy for me to see the lines. You can make, depending on who created it, you could make it thicker, you know, and make it white. From photography, your eyes goes to the highlight. I have to speak up. So you know, you could have a little line so you could see your double taps. You see, I just like just use a line because it's just easier for me to see my patterns and stuff. But if you're using candle, that's a trick. Alright, and I also have that on my intensity. I have that there too, you know. Enable candle colors, stuff like that. But that's another way of doing it. Alright, it's another way of doing it. Anyhow, um, let's close this and let's focus back to SpaceX. Alright, so my two strong indicators. I'm gonna do intensity. I don't want to confuse people. Let's go. I'm gonna put this one on. This is where I get the order blocks and so forth. Alright, but for now, I'm gonna just turn that off. And so the goal is to break. The bull is gonna be out, I believe, today. Of course, it's because there's a lot of hype, and they're gonna try to break this resistance. If they break it, what normally happens, not all the time again, go back to my line. They break resistance. Let's just say let's break resistance. Let me kind of zoom out. It's gonna be a come back and test that with a resistance, possibly bounce off of it, not perfectly, and go up again. Alright, if it's bullish enough, it'll just go up, but eventually have to come down. Alright, and it comes down. Now this becomes the floor. Alright, this becomes the floor. Alright, So expecting price to go up. Let's close this. My bias, it's not, we don't have a lot of data, but it's on B1. I like to have my 3-step system. 3 is extreme. We could go there. You don't have to know what's going on. Alright. Let's delete all of this brush. Delete the horizontal line, but always put it back. Alright. So I'll put back the horizontal line right here. So right now, I'm expecting price to go up. Let's move this over again, or let me see if I could do something else. Okay. Alright, well there's an arrow still here, so I didn't make, instead of 2 arrows is 1 arrow, so let's just move this down. Silence, right? I'm trying to move it. There we go. Alright, do middle right for now. Alright, so what we have, right, is RSI over 50. Let me try to make the screen bigger. 1 minute says 50, 5 minutes say over 50, sorry, over 50 on 1 minute, over 50 and 5 minutes, over 50 and 15, over 50 and 30. Alright, these are not filled yet because it just started. Alright, that's a good sign. Now again, my tiebreaker don't mean it can't go down. My tiebreaker is the volume. I'm gonna watch the volume section. On the volume increase, you know, educated, guess if you want to say 15 minutes is in compression, 30 minutes is in compression. Alright, so let's go to indicator and go to BB, Bollinger Band. I'm gonna have to probably enhance the mic because I don't like to shout, but you have to turn the volume up. Sorry. So let's go into 15 minute. Let's look at the Bollinger Band. It's tightening. See how wide it is? Let me get the drawing tool. Out here was wild, a lot of volatility, and it's settling down now. See the right here? It's getting tight. Compression. Alright, 30 minutes. It's gonna be about this. Almost. There's some compression here, but again, it's not a lot of data. But it's compared to what it was. It's tightening. Alright. The other ones, the 5 minutes and the 1 minute. It says when I have this light line is not in compression. Alright, see compression, right? Let me take off these brush. I'll just go over here and take the brush off again. Brush. Let me just hide the brush. Alright. Now let's go show you on like 5 minutes. See here? See here? The tightening. After this tighten comes a pop. Well, eventually, yes. Which direction? Alright, I'm going to use volume again to determine that. So it's 8:50, so I'm gonna put this video out 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, New York time. Bing! Market goes. All right. Now, for the long-term people again, you know, you use my dollar cost average calculator. All right, and you don't need to fight. You could do long-term and short-term. You could have two different exchange. You know, it's a nice country. You know, you're free to do a lot of things. You could just get another exchange and even another account. You could have your IRA account. You could have your so-called retail account. You know, like you could have multiple ways. You could have different apps, and you could have the long term on a nice exchange and do your short term thing and make a couple of dollars. Like it's the big deal. Like stop the fighting. It's no fight. There's no need. I guess it's a human nature thing, but you don't have to fight. You could do both. Nobody, So um, let's go back to the chart and squeeze and then the pop. All right, I'm on stage one. All right, I have my I have another indicator, a wave, which have the stages also, and then all right, let's go back, take off this go back to the regular mouse. All right, it's compact. I know I said I'm gonna go over it, and I will one day go over every indicator, and you can also contact me. All right, but I have my stages built and a lot of other things built in here. All right, a lot of things. All right, I'm gonna go over it piece by piece. All right, but you don't really need a lot of indicators. You just need two of mine, really. And whatever you want, that's the nice thing, you know. Do it however you want, you know. All right, so this is it. All right, and you know, I'm expecting bullish activity today. And I would like to say, you know, I'm not telling you what to do, but I like to play tennis. If you want, have to find out what kind of trader you are. You want to do trending or trading or in the range. For now, we have a small little bit of range, and play that for a while. It's not gonna be perfect, because someone that's short in here and the price keep going up, have to know when to get out somewhere, you have to know. So that's the pre-market. This is also one of my indicators. This one is to really simplify things. Just I have bullish, bull, I have medium, I have two different matrix. You could combine them, really make three. If you want to call it algorithm, mathematics inside of it, you could determine it based on that. We'll go over that later, but right now, so we can look what it says. Alright, so let me end this video because nobody wants to watch a long video anymore. Alright, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Trust me. For those, I don't care if it's 3 people, thank you. We'll grow organically. As long as I do what I have to do the right way, we'll grow. So thank you very much for watching. Alright, share, like, and subscribe. Hit the thumb bell. Get the notification. Send it to a friend. You know, appreciate it very much. All right. See you again.